Hello, Congressman. I hope this presentation finds you well. I intend to inform about drones and current policy regarding their use by civilians. Also, I will make a recommendation which will include suggestions to further ease the process of operating drones for personal or commercial use. In it, you will find information on how current demand for recreational drones is rising and how our current FAA regulations are failing to keep up with the demand. Additionally, you will also be informed about the current concerns over safety and security and how we at Lockheed Martin are working to address these problems. Drones are widely operated today by both military and civilian organizations. The UAV, or unmanned aerial vehicle, is a ground controlled pilotless aircraft that can be used for surveillance, mapping, airstrikes, or just recreation. Recently, a greater number of people are purchasing drones for personal use. This is creating a headache in local and state authorities over who can purchase drones and how they can use them. For example, drones are becoming a tool for criminals and terrorists, worrying authorities who say that the small unmanned aircraft are difficult to detect and stop. A concern heightened recently when a man flew a drone into the White House lawn. Drones have been used in the military as an alternative to putting troops on the ground in dangerous situations. Now people here are using them for recreational purposes. For example, James Grimaldi of Buffalo, New York, used a drone to record video of 7 feet of snow that fell in his neighborhood. It is estimated that 7,500 to 30,000 civilian or commercial drones could be flying the skies over the US in the next decade. Due to falling prices in this technology, more people are gifting drones and operating them for recreation, making them a viable candidate for Christmas presents. Since the drone offers an advancement from the traditional remote-controlled plane or helicopter, it is considered a more complex item to operate, thus requiring more experience and further training. Due to its rise in popularity among the public and its potential for wide use among private companies, it becomes necessary to design sound policy that appeals to many sides of this issue. There are many interested parties looking for change in current regulation. Thus, it would benefit to draft a bill that addresses all major concerns from the private and civilian sector. Current FAA regulations limit the capability of modern businesses to operate drones, such as the requirement for a drone to weigh under 55 pounds, which limits the capability of construction companies to carry materials using this new technology. Another area that requires reform is the certification process required by universities and research firms to operate drones in their activities. Also, news media are not allowed to operate UAVs under the conditions of the special airworthiness certificates, which means they have to operate helicopters, which are difficult and expensive to maintain. This shows that current policy regarding drone use by civilians requires reform. Increasing demand among consumers requires a comprehensive review of current regulations in accordance to the needs of modern businesses and the consumer. Also, the volume of requests for certifications puts strain on current FAA regulations, which are slowing down the process of obtaining permissions. The civilian drone use could become a huge market in the upcoming decades, and if we don't reform our regulations, we could miss out on a major technological boom. There are two main concerns over safety and privacy that rise from the increase in civilian ownership of drones. One is that the airline industry is worried about UAVs sharing airspace with their flights, citing that an increase in possible collisions is likely to happen. However, our flight services system, which Lockheed Martin operates on behalf of the FAA, has incorporated the capability for UAV operators to file flight plans electronically and communicate with the general aviation community to ensure safety remains paramount. The solution to these archaic regulations limiting who and how someone can operate a drone is the Civil UAV Bill of 2015. This new bill is needed to outline new guidelines for civil drone use, which will ease restrictions on who can own and operate drones. It will help businesses to profit from adapting to drone use and by reducing costs of transportation and manpower. Recreational users can also benefit from this bill since it will create a new market for the drone industry in the public sector. Thank you, Congressman. I hope you found this presentation helpful.